Hello, one. Let's see. There are 6 tickets right now I have. As usual, the first one is the old one. That's a 5 I knew. So, which one do you want? And let me start the game. Close it. 5 and 1. Hello, Mr. Zedek. 1. 5. Let's see. So, that's the last stream for this game. For Nintendo DS part of this franchise. The next game is supposed to be on 3DS. Or some other platform. Alright, let me scan it. Let's see. Nothing. And second, it's also nothing. Good luck next time, Alan. Lots in it. On Switch as well. No, that was released for PC, and people don't like how it was translated. So I presume that fan translation for Nintendo DS is better. And usually I'm playing the original versions, usually, not always. For example, I didn't play the original version of Tomb Raider, I played PC version of it. And I simply thinking to play it actually on Sega Saturn. Not sure when. Alright, I did reload here because... Wait a second, what should I show? I forgot. The recording. Didn't save after I selected it, because I wasted simply... I don't know how to name this bar. Call it HP bar, despite it's not HP. So I did read all of this yesterday. So let's skip it. It was possible to skip. Also, I really want to sleep. One thing here, Mr. Zedek, that all of these cases are actually somehow connected to the original games. Like this one, the final episode inside the circus. And circus belongs to this clown from the second game. Who they killed in this game? Oh, Betty. So Betty was killed. And Jen is still here. Alright, but there was someone else who wild taped that bug of yours and recorded the whole thing. It was recorded? In other words, the conversation between you and that clown is recorded on that tape? Fancy says, a schemer drowns in his own schemes, and this is what he meant. He said, I'd like to listen to a tape. Roger. It's right about here. The Edge Judge Curtin's cell phone is ringing. Who is this? Are you the person who ambushed King? Mr. Edgeworth, I wanna listen in on this too. Very well. This is where it starts. Well, I must say, There's no recording. That's odd. What's wrong? Well, there aren't nothing recorded past this point. What? Why? Why wasn't it recorded? Too bad. So sad. Did you really think I'll leave behind any incriminating evidence? The bug I plotted has a special feature. It can be turned on and off with the remote control. What? That sort of thing exists? Certainly remote-controlled listening devices do exist, however. Are you saying you switch off the device so that your own voice would not be recorded? Precisely. Impossible! Well, he could simply switch it off to hear voices over the phone, not our device. Couldn't have done that unless you knew you were being recorded. Isn't it obvious I knew? I guess you just don't get it. You could call it a hunch. I had a feeling I was being wiretapped. Received, was it? I figured things all because you knew about the kidnapping. Don't tell me. You were listening in on that conversation? That's right, though come to think of it, I'm surprised you didn't realize it until now. Some genius prosecutor you turned out to be, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh my, and what was the end result of all this? Since you don't have any proof of the instigation charges, it's game over. Mr. Prosecutor, was my recording no help to you at all? Aren't there anything at all in my recording? Received. Okay. Yes. The bug was planted in your batch, right? Do you have any ideas? How do you expect me to come up with an answer right off the top of my head? I'm the only one who came into contact with the culprit. How unsightly. You all fussing over useless evidence. Let's move on to the next topic. Next! What's this? He seems a bit eager to change the topic of conversation. Flashbacks again. You were the only one who came into contact with the culprit. Only came into contact with Simon. Any sound was recorded at that time she was with the culprit. Received. How long have you been recording? Since 2 nights ago, I reckon. Since 2 nights ago. In that case, when could a conversation with Simon possibly have been recorded? Well, he said 2 nights, so 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, Simon brought key to the roof. If we listen to the recording from that time frame. Received, please let us listen to the recording from 2 nights ago. Huh? What you doing here? This is the sound of a hot air balloon. That's right. At the time, Simon was carrying key in a hot air balloon. Ergo, he was near key. Isn't there anything recorded? That was a gunshot. Seems you were quick to deactivate the bug, however, you were a little too late. Can't run anymore. That gunshot ties you to the case. Who the heck was killed? This gunshot? What? Hello, Marker. Don't quite understand. What are you saying? There's no gun involved in this case, is there? No, there should be someone connected to the case who fired a gun. Let's try with the evidence that points to that person. I have no idea what's going on. Which piece of evidence connects the gunshot to the case? Why the heck there was gunshot? Gunshot. Let's review the evidence. Small hot air balloon used for advertising. Some case is in charge of it. No guns. Chess memo, it's not from 2 nights ago. This is also not, and this not. It's also from 12 years ago. Sleeping drugs not. Bucket. Word of Natalie's connection with Duggan. It's from like a week ago. Holy shit. Blaze the best. Was Duggan. The monster's footprints like holes, but not 2 nights ago. It was just recent. It's also not 2 nights ago. The president never passed through the 51st floor storeroom. But how it's okay, this is from 2 nights ago, but how the heck it's connected to gunshot? Okay, maybe. This also happened 2 nights ago. It's only last night. It's also yesterday. Also last night. I forgot which day is it. If he died 2 nights ago, not just 1 night. Holy shit. I see no gunshots here, but okay. Not a single piece of evidence connects to it. Looks like I'll be checking every single one. Sadly, it's not possible to save right now. Not this one. Are you saying that this proves a gun is related to the keys? Okay, 7 here. I have no idea. This isn't like here. Think about it a little harder. I'm thinking. The person who fired the gun could be the same person who kidnapped me, right? But why firing the gun? That's possible, however, since we can't be sure. To see if there's something that connects those involved in the case with a gun. Should review the evidence once more. Put the map around. As I thought, the gun isn't related at all, is it? No, the gunshot that's was recorded is greatly related to the skins. But which... Okay, maybe I can actually check something. Nope, say nothing. Gunpowder! I forgot completely that he used the gun. God damn it. It's written right here, in the body doubles autopsy report. Gunpowder residue was detected on his right hand. Where was he at the time this gunshot was recorded? That's right, she was being carried to the roof of the Grand Tower in Yobalon. And as it turns out, there were a few more people on that very same rooftop at the time. You mean that double on me? Suddenly, after we talked for a brief moment, the body double noticed something and had me leave before him. Now, what if the gunshot rang out of that? Can I hear it in the recorder? Doubt that you wouldn't have noticed it. Edison, you want to say that he crushed him with his balloon? No, he died just recently. Do you intend to claim ignorance until the very end? Nothing more than mere conjecture. What you heard on the recording was not just a gunshot. If you listen closely, you can hear the bullet hitting something. The body double was aiming at Simon then. The bullet may have struck which piece of evidence? Supposed to be balloon. The body double likely fired the gun at the balloon. If you assume that the bullet hit something... Hello, Don Leon. If you assume that the bullet hit something, it would have been the balloon's basket. But I assume the balloon basket supposed to be wooden something. Well, let's examine it immediately. What I have in the basket? Ah, this one maybe? No. It's actually reinforced. It's metal. This hole. It's a bullet hole. A bullet hole was found in the basket. You'll be able to talk your way out of this one. How do you intend to explain the gunshot and bullet hole? So you figured it out. You're good. I guess it's impossible to hide anything from you. Spit it out already. Okay, no need to be impatient. It happened when I was riding the balloon on the rooftop. I saw the body double and you, Miss Courtney, on the roof. Talk about a surprise. Only the double noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him. He then pointed a gun at me and fired. Why did he want to shoot down the balloon? It's simple. The body double had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Kill me? That's right. You talked to the double about John, didn't you? Well, it's not like the body double would have met with you otherwise. From his point of view, it was like showing him evidence that he was a fake. You mean he was afraid of Judge Courtney because she knew about John's past? Afraid? That's exactly right. That body double was a coward, after all. I even remember how his hands were trembling when he fired the gun at my balloon. All clear now? I was only there by chance, just a friendly witness who was passing by. It would be correct. Around what time was that? I think it was around 11 p.m. Shoots hands with that time Miss Courtney and company were on the roof, right? Yes, it was indeed around that time. Doesn't seem to be any contradictions. However, the time frame is important. And it was at that moment. So the body double. Are you saying this rooftop rendezvous was beyond your expectations? There's no way I could know about that beforehand. Well, once the dust settled, could guess what would happen though. The devil had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Hey, did you realize that? No, I did not realize it. It's because you were blabbing on and on about that kid. That's... Kinda mother are you? If things had gone badly, the kid might die because of you. I'm your opponent, not her. Don't change the conversation. Joshua, I'd like you to please leave this to me. My apologies, Prosecutor Edgeworth. On the floor. Please watch all this man and grant him aid. You're making me laugh. This lady didn't even notice the balloon. Only the double noticed me. He had her leap ahead of him. Didn't you say the body double had planned to kill her? Maybe he thought it would be bad if someone saw the scene of the murder. At the time, no one knew that the president was a fake, right? Once he got the info on John, be able to kill both mother and son. But now he wanted. Thank goodness he's dead. Now you're both safe. You should be happy. Whatever emotions you have towards that man, please put them aside until it's all over. For now, please continue your story. As you wish. And saw that Courtney body double must have panicked when an eyewitness suddenly appeared from the skies. There's no need to kill the eyewitness. Seriously, he did nothing wrong. He then pointed a gun at me and fired. The bullet struck the balloon's basket cleanly. I panicked and quickly tried to get away so he wouldn't shoot me down, but... Talk about a close call. You say you tried to get away right then? That's right. The problem. The problem with his statement, it's supposed to be a problem. You must have placed key on the rooftop. You couldn't have gotten away before then, correct? Yeah, that's right. I forgot. After the body double fired one shot, he entered the hatch to the 51st floor. I looked around for a bit, and then landed on the roof. It's impossible because... Witness? What was her name? Lotta. Didn't see him. Add the statement to your testimony. Sure, I don't mind. After the double fired one shot, he entered the hatch to the 51st floor. Here was this testimony. That was easy. Once again, you lied. Lied? The body double could not have entered the storeroom on the 54th floor 2 nights ago. Miss Hart's testimony proves it. What? How can you drop that sham journalist's testimony? But, you see? Can insult my mentor like that? 2 nights ago, that lady was taken out the 51st floor. Given that, just how did that body double leave the roof? Indeed, that is what we must now prove. If he did not use the elevator of the 51st floor to leave the roof, then only one route remains. How did the body double leave the roof without using the elevator or the 51st floor of the balloon? The body double flew. He flew. 7 keys. He wrote in your balloon. He stopped joking around. Why would they have needed to give the body double a lift? The elevator had a security camera, and the 51st floor was being watched by Miss Hart. Your balloon was the only way the body double could have left the roof. At the circus, we often perform dangerous stunts in order to surprise the audience. I think you got me current? Sorry, but the show ends here. What? Hey you, Water, was it? I'd like to ask you something. Are you saying you stood to watch on the 51st floor the entire time without any breaks? Well, reckon course. There aren't no mistakes in my testimony. Brilliant, but didn't the sound of Mr. Edgeworth's assistant falling into the storeroom cause you to faint? But it was after, not before. Kinda not sure. What's your point? Nobody's perfect. Look at him, Mr. Edgeworth. That's the kind of person you're relying on. He fell into the storeroom after the body double had left the roof. In that case, I have a theory on how things happened. After that cowardly body double fighter shot at me, he went and hid in the shadows until he fell into the storeroom. What? So what if he was hiding? Good grief, you guys still haven't noticed? What if the body double stayed hidden until Lotta had fainted? And then he went down to the 51st floor? That can't be. Precisely. The locked room mystery on the roof has been unlocked. Even said it in my voice. And where he was hiding after this? But wait, there's more. Told the hidden body double about John Marsh. That's why he attacked John the next day during practice, but got himself killed instead. In other words, the one who murdered the body double was none other than John. John had no motive to kill the body double. He knew he was the real president's son. And how would he have known that? Because I told him so. In a letter. What did you say? That's a lie. Yep, it's all lie. Huh? But then again, maybe not. Maybe I really did tell him. Right, John? It's true that I caused Monsieur's head to fall. But I didn't know about my death until today. I'm not lying. Oh, really? I wonder about that. Found out about the head falling thanks to the mark. Now, if you were the one who caused it to fall, and the body double was crushed to death, that settles it. You are the culprit. You successfully carried out your revenge. Congratulations. All the pieces of the puzzle are now in place, as Mr. Edgeworth would say. The logic fits. Now then, any rebuttals? Manipulating humans into fighting with each other sounds just like me, right? I did the same thing to Nightly and Lanes. At any rate, there's no way the body double could go on for a ride in my balloon. The double was crushed by the monster's head, right? Who was it that caused the monster's head to fall? Do you understand now? Who the body double's real killer is? The truth that I provided them is gave them a big motive for murder. Provided them this. Edit, those two tried to kill each other because of the truth you're so fond of. Possible. Hey, in that case, order, hurry up and arrest this murderer. What's wrong? Why aren't you moving? Thought so. Just admit it. In the end, aren't you all the same as Blaze and the body double? You ignore the prime suspect and come after me without any evidence. How easy it can be distorted to best suit your needs. This law you all believe in. That is by no means true. If you're not gonna arrest anyone, maybe I should have a talk with the policeman outside. If I tell them that John Marsh is the killer, I'll be forced to take action. No, police not taking actions on baseless words. 7 keys. Your testimony isn't all yet. Really? I feel that you'll try to stop me, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any evidence, do you? Which means there's no chance for you to win, right? But if you still plan to stop me, you should be prepared to take on this much risk. So I have only 2 attempts. That much? It's only natural. After all, the fate of the true culprit, John Marsh, is at stake here. Emails. Why don't you take a nice deep breath and save, Mr. Schultz? At times like this, you should take a breather and think back. Defense attorneys always remain calm in a pinch and smile in the face of danger. The point of contention between your logic and his claims lies in the body double's escape route. How about, for example, you think of it like this. What's important isn't whether or not the body double got into the balloon, but rather, if you were to assume he did, what circumstances would have allowed for that? What am I thinking around? Well, all I'm doing is a cheap imitation of your old man. Did it help? Not really. Circumstances that would have allowed the body double to get on the balloon. That's right. The body double not only had a large build, but he also had a gun. And in spite of that, no traces of sleeping drugs were found in his system. Which means it can't be. Mr. Edgeworth, are you ready yet? Well, he might be killed him 2 days ago, but why the heck in the autopsy report saying just 1 day? Wait a second, I don't know which day is it right now. You ready yet? Hope you haven't forgotten about this. Hmm? For new badge? Thank you for 1 bit. I must break his testimony somehow. Because by pressing it. So you manipulated the body double and John to reveal. You seem rather persistent about that, aren't you? Very much so. I'm an animal tamer, after all. And isn't the greatest animal in the world man? I just tell people the truth, in order to help them get revenge. They should all be thanking me. Mr. H-Rob, kinda scared. Still it's okay. One who sows seeds of revenge is a jest. It's an opponent we must stop at all costs. The sins of the past are scary. So scary. You'll never see your retribution coming. So you still intend to insist that you were not directly involved to the very end? Right. Never dirted my own hands. I just like to watch. As they hate and kill each other. The only reason that they were being manipulated all along. Stating from afar, just like you did 12 years ago. You mean the SS5 incident? That's so funny. If you remember correctly, all your father's hard work amounted to nothing. Wouldn't you normally call someone like that incompetent? You... I don't know. Restrain yourself. Damn it! You don't know the conclusions your father arrived at. However, we are here now because we chased after his footsteps. Sorry to interrupt your little moment, but I don't believe that kind of idealism will solve anything. Besides, there's no way the body double could gone for a ride and move alone, so it's obvious a contradiction here. He forced him. Can't step on this statement. Yeah, the only way the double could have gotten all the tower. Well, let's suppose that was the case. And if I had carried the body double down, what's the point with that? So you admit it, you did carry the body double. Let's not make a fuss over absurd opinions, Mr. H-Rob. That's just not like you. You think the body double held me at gunpoint and asked me to go on a sightseeing joyride? There's no way that could happen. And you know that full well, don't you? It's possible you negotiated with him by using the information about John as a bribe. But he shot at me, remember? There's just no way you could negotiate. In that case, what if you used sleeping drugs and responded him while he was knocked out? Then allow me to ask, have they detected any traces of sleeping drugs from his body? It's no good. I'm finding any openings. But wait a second, 2 days is enough for them to disappear. I use the milk of Zizikrill. What's this squeal? Mr. H-Rob, isn't there something more interesting we should be talking about? Actually, I cannot show anything here. Okay, let's continue. Allow me to propose a question. Was the double really crushed beneath the monster's head? For genius prosecutor, You sure are quick to withdraw your previous statements. Weren't you the one who deduced that he was crushed by the monster's head to begin with? It was not how he was killed? Indeed, I certainly came to that conclusion once before, however, that was when we knew nothing else that was capable of crushing him to death. New? Why the past tense? It's not like there's anything else now, you know? The body double was crushed to death by the monster's head. That is an unshakable fact. There, nothing else. Some decisive evidence that connects this man to the crushed president. The balloon only, that's all. How unsightly, Mr. Ashop. Why don't you stop this useless struggle? But I already used balloon twice, no? Besides, don't you already know who the culprit is, remember? He shot the balloon because it was landing on him, that's why. See something like a blood. The gunshot fired by the body double was caught on the tape, and this was when the bullet hit its mark. There's no way Simon can deny that now. Sergio, absolutely have to explore the truth. Even got kidnapped in order to steal this evidence. Leaving aside whether or not I would call that stealing. Of course, that was my intention all along. Absolutely won't let him escape. Once you prove he's the culprit, let's tie him up with this rope. As an expert in rope escapes, I know how to make knots that can never be untied. Appreciate the enthusiasm, but handcuffs seem like a more reliable alternative. No fair? Oh, ground the Gaston. Stop Simon from trying to escape with the balloon. I find it hard to imagine that he would try a stunt like that. No fair? Just focus on putting him behind bars, Mr. Ashwell. It can be a balloon second time, actually. Especially that it looks like a blood here. Suddenly, the one who caused the monster's head to fall was John, however. Even John himself admits to that. Well then, doesn't that settle everything? Good job, guys. Case closed. The one who killed the double was John Marsh, and since the police just happened to be here... No, not yet. There's still room for further investigation. Don't force yourself. Well then, tell me, what else is there to investigate? And if you can't, I want that kid arrested as soon as possible. I'm going to overlook a crime, are you? Am I wrong? According to the law, that can be a crime. Mr. Ashworth, what will we do? There really no hope left? Think. It's a case, kill the double. Then the murder could only have occurred when the two met face to face, so it's definitely balloon. What he had with him at the time must be the real murder weapon, so it's balloon. Alright, does he tend to play innocent until the very end? The body, double cause of death, was rather unique. Body double cause of death. He was crushed under the monster's head. The cure would be Jonathan. Is there anything else that could crush the double? There's too many hints, it's already obvious it was balloon. Even without it. Something else that could have crushed the body double. But again, the question is where to show it. Yeah? Of course. John was not the one who killed the body double. He was crushed by a monster. Quite clone around. This isn't like you at all. Oh, I get it, since John is supposed to understand the heart of monster. The one who understands the heart of monsters is you. Not even I have monsters for friends, you know? Stop being so modest. Didn't you have one very important friend? A monster. You control it well. 7 keys. You're the one who killed the body double. That's... the lion balloon? A monster made of cloth that expands when filled with hot air. It suits you quite well. Would you agree? Sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. You've been fixated on your claim that you manipulated John and the body double. Only because it's an impossible fantasy of yours. At all, even an animal tamer cannot tame the dead. The body double had already been murdered while he was on the roof. And the more weapon was the balloon you were in. I see. Although it floats in the air, the balloon still weighs several hundred pounds. When the double threatened you on the rooftop, you immediately came up with a plan to defend yourself, and that plan was to crush you with your balloon. Whether the body double wanted to get on, or that he was carrying a gun, none of that matters, because what you carried in your balloon was the body double's corpse. Hold on a second, Mr. Edgeworth. You're saying the double was killed on the rooftop 2 nights ago? Well, that simply doesn't match up with the time of death. What did you say? That's not like you at all, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a good look at the autopsy report. Yes, I remember about it. The time of death was around 11 PM last night. Last night? That's right. The very night that Muzilas had fun. Well, Johnny boy, come on. How about telling us the truth? You killed your father, right? I know the feeling. You hated him, didn't you? Your father, who left you all alone forever. You're wrong. I had no idea that guy was my dad. Not this again. Didn't I personally tell you myself? Was my logic wrong? Mr. Edgeworth, allow me to thank you once again for chasing down Blaze and Patricia and bringing them both to ruin. Your revenge was a success, all thanks to logic. Only the time of death matched up, and my logic would fit. Perhaps he did something to throw off the time of death? And what's more, Dane Gustavia, was it? He even took down the culprit of the IS-7 incident. Dane Gustavia? And the IS-7 incident? That's it! Gustavia killed Dor and hid his body in a block of ice. Again, flashbacks. It's a shame that I didn't get to witness his destruction. How can you say that? Wasn't Mr. Gustavia your father, Simon? I'm scared. I'm so scared. Miss Roland keeps asking me about that day. Help me. Why won't you come save me? Is it because I broke my promise with you and didn't eat your sweets? Couldn't care less. My father left me all alone. And we share the same lot. That man is not my father. Hate to say it, but like father, like son, you're the spitting image of him, Simon. The father you hated so much. What are you talking about? It must have been fate. by sheer coincidence, you just happen to use this exact same method your father did. Now, throw off the victim's time of death. That's a flashback. So he froze it? Usually when you need to throw time of death, you keep the body warm. But not for the days. Cell hours. It's really possible to use refrigerator. I have no problems with this. Personally, I think it's simply impossible. The saying that I threw off the time of death. How would I have done that? The answer lies in where you hit the body double's body. By the way, while on the tape, we saw him actually standing. No idea. It will be explained. Throwing off the time of death by freezing the body along with John's kidnapper. It seems that everything is coming together. Kidnapper? Why are we going back to that? I don't know a thing about it. Don't forget, John was confined in a refrigerated warehouse. That's right, he kept the body double's corpse in that very same warehouse. 8 years ago, your father hid a body in the same way. What? My father? The one who abandoned me? Did the same thing? Who would guessed that both father and son would use the same method? Stop it. Don't lump me in with that guy. Father, I'm nothing like him. There's not a single connection between us. Objection. You might think so, but even now, your bond with Mr. Gustavus still remains. Can you say once before I don't like sweets? That may have come from the shock of losing your father, don't you think? You guys have no idea what you're saying. Even if you deny your father, aren't your thoughts and actions the same? Practically, a belief of sacrificing others to protect yourself. And finally, your crimes were brought to light just as his were. Just kidding. I don't know anything about that warehouse. Had nothing to do with the kidnapping, after all. In order to threaten Judge Courtney, it's clear that you partook in the kidnapping. How scary. Those who get involved with you will be charged with all sorts of crimes. In the end, there's no evidence for the instigation and for the kidnapping. None at all. Or what? You're gonna forge some evidence, just like Blaze and the rest? Do nothing of the sort. Let him provoke me. You always say, I'll pursue the truth, no matter what, right? Don't you mean only the truth that's most convenient to you? After all, that's how the police pull the wool over the eyes of those without power. And that's why my revenge was necessary. None of you can catch me. Not Patricia, not Blaze, and not even you. Sir Edgeworth, at this rate, and there's anything we can do? And though all my logic points to this man, I just need evidence. Even a single piece of evidence would suffice. Should I save already? Well, it's been a fun show, but it looks like it's time for the curtains to close. Let's actually save. Maybe there will be only one single chance. If you like, why don't you come and see my next performance? I'll let you, if you admit defeat. Who was that? Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. Come here. Where'd you go? I was just doing the job that I'm able to do, Paul. Have a gumshoe? Your report, please. I had a quick investigation, sir, about the warehouse John was at. That refrigerated warehouse is currently being rented by the very big circus, just as Mr. Edgeworth said. So it's finally here, our trump card. Well done, Detective Gumshoe. Now then, Mr. Keys? There must be some mistake, maybe it has something to do with the circus. I see. Indeed, you are not well informed with the affairs of the circus. In that case, why don't we get your most opinion on this? Regina? You're renting a refrigerated warehouse to store the animals' food, but you don't know much about the place. After all, I let Simon handle everything. Curse you! Simon, how scary! What a shame. Seems your desperate actions after the crime were in vain. If the body was found in the warehouse, suspicion would fall on you, the one in charge. That's why you specifically moved the body back to the Grand Tower, wasn't it? However, us finding John confined at the warehouse was a final mistake on your part. Our resident rat, thief, and detective are both rather exemplary. What's wrong? Can even tell through your face paint that you looking pale. It's not over yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Your logic is missing the most important piece of evidence. Please, do tell me. Isn't it obvious? Evidence that I killed the body double with the balloon. Can't present it, can you? After all, there is no way such evidence could possibly exist. Booker? The evidence, it exists. But you see, Mr. Keys murdered the victim. Piece of the murder should still remain here. It should remain on the balloon. It should become clear once we examine the basket of this balloon. The balloon again? I used it 4 times already? You already find the bullet hole? There's no way you'll find anything else there. But it'll be fine, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth is a hero who always finds the truth no matter what he's up against. That's right, Paul. Of course it's gonna be fine. Mr. Edgeworth has gotten out of more impossible situations than I can count. Yes, I believe in you too. But more importantly, I'm sure your old man watching over you believes in you as well. Well, Edgeworth, calm down and think. You're just one step away from the perfect proof. The body double was killed by this balloon. The proof lies in the traces left on the basket. In any case, it's time for you to atone for your crimes. I see it with my own eyes. The moment this past case is settled once and for all. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, deliver the final blow to this unforgivable person. There's the final piece of evidence that proves your crimes. What trace I left? It's kinda obvious. This bookend. When John found the body, a bookend of lion lilies was there as well. line lilies, the flowers from Genfo that represent the bond between parent and child. That's your evidence? Surely they must be brought on the mountain of garbage by now. Or the one who threw it away was John himself. It's not much of a bond now, is it? That slangish flower stuff has nothing to do with this. Calm down, John. Certainly, you may have thrown the flowers away. However, I believe those emotions remain as strong as ever. Those bonds will surely protect you from that man in the form of my final piece of evidence. There's another one? What the heck are you talking about? Those flowers were crushed, ergo they must have come into contact with the moral weapon. Perhaps we'll find the very same pollen still stuck to the basket of your balloon? No way! You guys examined the basket just a few moments ago. If there had been any yellow pollen stuck on there, wouldn't you have noticed it then? Mr. Keys, evidence is not restricted to what you can see with the naked eye. You use some chemical that can destroy organic? Of course. Destroy the evidence, of course. What? Emma. Yes. Won't you perform one more scientific investigation for us? Give it to me. The balloon's basket, right? A reaction. This is clearly a pollen from a yellow flower. We'll find out soon enough whether or not it's from the same flower. What? I'd say this proved that the body double's death was caused directly by your own hand. No way, it can't be You crushed the body double to death on the roof of that tower. Then you threw the body and hid it in the warehouse. Why did he have to go to the trouble of retrieving the body? 2 nights ago, he knew that a separate incident would occur at the tower. Screams. Precisely, leaving the body there would have destroyed his plans. I see, but even so, he couldn't leave the body at the circus warehouse either. Exactly, so the next day, when he was bringing the body back to the tower once again, he saw the small fire John started, which caused the Mozilla's head to fall. When the idea came to you planned to pin the crime on John. It looked like the moral weapon was the fallen head. But there was not enough time. Anyway, whatever. Such foul, cowardly behavior. For that reason, he carried the double's body in the balloon and lowered it into the film lot, but when the head actually fell, he immediately moved it back on top and noticed the body at the same time, no? No idea. And that's the figure of the body double being lowered down by a rope. Actually, seen no rope. Was captured in John's video recording. Damn it, it was all... So through it all? Damn it! Damn you! You manipulated animals, you manipulated people, and you manipulated cases. Almost as if you were a king. However, it's now all come to an end. Summer, the animals have gotten angry, and money and plastic. You never thought of them as your friends at all. How sad. Damn it. Don't you look at me with those eyes. It's about time you went back to being a mere clown. I fit an end to you. To your pitiful gestures act. Stay away! Get away from me! So at least stop it! Nadia, help me. I'm scared. So scared. Don't know anything. Didn't do anything bad. They were the bad ones, weren't they? Horace, why? Why did you stop me? Hadn't done that, eh? Why is he gets auto-progressing? Couldn't even trust the police. Nobody would help me. But that man, back then he saved me. The only one who helped me was Dogen, so I used everyone else. What's wrong with that? Stupid, don't come any closer! What the heck? It seems the game is finally over. Shelly the killer. You turning yourself in? Mr. Ashworth, I must thank you. You have exposed the true identity of the mastermind. Now, free to... What? Throwing a gun would be most inadvisable. Stay where you are and do not move. Don't have a gun. You do have a gun, do you not? You know to draw and fight without anyone noticing. Must have taken it from the body double when he killed him. This man has betrayed his bond of trust with me. Would have me kill the president, while knowing full well he was the body double. Lying about a target is an extremely dangerous thing to do to an assassin. Damn it. Not having all the cards on the table can seriously jeopardize assassination. However, what is even more unforgivable is your deception and your attempt to manipulate me. That time has come for your retribution. Stop. You are still not in the prison? It's been far too long, Shelly. They will kill each other? Please step aside. That man is my prey. I must ask you to spare his life. Please permit this young acolyte to receive his proper punishment in prison. And if I refuse? He's in the first life I have saved. I will not allow it to be taken away so easily. He saved a life? The assassin? Sir Dogen? Ironic, is it not? That I, the one who has taken countless lives, am making a plea for this young one's life. He saved my life, just as I have saved his. If I knew it, I grew quite fond of the lad. You may laugh at me as much as you wish. However, I must add that you spared the life of the boy. From one assassin to another, please make this allowance. I understand, if you are willing to go that far. You have my thanks. I'm your debt. No need for thanks. Simply felt there would be no merit in a fight to the death with you. That's all. And with that, I must take my leave. Damn it, wait! President Ashworth, I must thank you as well. It was necessary for this young acolyte to be put in his place. And that you have done. Now then, it's time for me to return to my humble cage, surrounded by iron bars. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? Oh? Who's here? Hey, priest guy. You killed my dad, right? Indeed. I am not one to forget those I have slain. I see. You must despise me. boy with horns. In that case... John! Do not panic. I simply lend the boy with horns my knife. Take that knife and run it through my throat. A single stab should do it. A long-grown variant of my wooden carvings. Revenge. John, don't do it! John, please, I beg of you. Until just now I had intended to seek revenge, no matter how many years it took. Revenge? Revenge is good, really good. All your pain and suffering slips away, everything becomes numb, and you'll feel nothing. Yeah, you may be right, I thought about that when I listened to what you had to say. John. But the only one who would be satisfied with revenge would be myself, right? If I became a murderer, my mom would go through even more pain and suffering. Friends from the movie too, and all those people who care about me as well. And the boy with horns say some interesting things. That's right, I finally get it now. I'll never forgive you, but I'm not the one who should punish you. After all, isn't that what my mom and that prosecutor guy are here for? John. John, you said some really profound stuff just now. Perhaps you should study up a little more yourself. Is that so? Well then, young man, it is time for us to depart. Where to? To prison, of course. That place will be our home. Our home? First detention center. And with that, for 3 days, the case that involved and affected so many people came to a close, and I spent on it more than 1 hour. Hello, Rich Cat. However, there was still one last thing I had to do. Mr. Ashworth, sorry to keep you waiting. Why do you call Uncle Ray and the rest of us out here? Mr. Ashworth, the formal proceedings have just come to a close. What are you talking about? That's the place where I once relinquished my prosecutor's badge. This is a flashback. In order to save me when I was suffering from memory loss, you... A certain man once said, the only ally a defendant has is their attorney. By trusting in their client, an attorney draws closer to the truth. The sight of that man still shines brilliantly in my eyes. Just as the image of my father fighting in court does. Gregory. However, this is nothing more than that man and my father's way of life. This is not mine. By the way, why they never mentioned Phoenix's right name? Despite he is in this game, I saw him. Mr. Ashworth, I think I shall leave as a prosecutor, that's all. I see. So you made your decision. I'm sorry. No, I understand. That's your answer, isn't it? It is. Okay, then that's the end of this conversation. To the credit, even if you back me later, I won't let you work for me ever again. I understand. But you know, Miles, what if I ask why you choose to live as a prosecutor? Mr. Schultz, you asked me this before. The fight from as a prosecutor to save people as a defense attorney. Won't you think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on? I've thought long and hard about that question ever since. How should I live my life? And after this case concluded, I finally found my answer. I want to save people as a prosecutor. As a prosecutor? Simon Keys. He too was a victim. He lost a parent in a past murder, and with that, the ability to believe in anything else. I too know that feeling. The feeling of losing what's important to you and being unable to believe in anything. I doubt everything during my lonely battles in those days. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. The one who saved me was. Mr. Case must have been all alone. Unable to find salvation from the law, had no choice but to turn his hand to revenge. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police. No way, as long as the police was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I want to say those like 70s. So, how would you save him? I'm sure this tragedy could have been avoided if only he could have relied on the court. But instead he was cornered by Blaze the Best, who used the power of law for evil. The form of the law can change depending on who wields it. It can be at once a shield to protect and a blade to harm. That too is a contradiction of the law. Contradiction, huh? That's true. It sure is a contradiction in the law. The way the law is right now isn't always completely right. It always will be like this. The only way to right those contradictions is by joining in the court system. The one who could have saved 7 Keys was not an attorney, but rather a watchman of the law, a prosecutor. I shall find the contradictions in the law as a prosecutor. I see, they're just like you. But you know, it will be tough. It won't be just a walk in the park. You'll be going up against the law itself. You do realize that's right? I do, but someone must. Yep, Uncle Ray believes in you too. The law evolves and grows, just like all of us do. Sadly, it's not like this. It's always constantly stick to the past case. If something was sold like this, the case, and come with this one, they keep using it and reusing it. This means it's not evolving. She can pull it off. After all, your great son. The old man would never give up, no matter what. His eyes always saw only what lay straight ahead. Miles, when you choose to live as a prosecutor, your eyes look just like your father's. It looks like you've grown up a bit. I wish your old man could see you now. Thank you very much, Mr. Schultz. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, allow me to formally return this to you. Please do. Hold on. Need to answer. Alright. I, Justin Courtney, as a member of the PIC, do hereby return to Miles Edgeworth the rights and privileges of a prosecutor in the name of the goddess of law. And inside of it is a bug. And that Prosecutor Edgeworth is revived. That's great, sir. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, it's time for Uncle Ray to make his exit. Have to report to your old man all about that traitor and the Edgeworth family. Thank you for everything, truly. Next time we meet, just might be in the courtroom. Hope you'll be ready. Ray might not look it, but he's an ace attorney, too. I look forward to seeing the attorney my father trained in action. Thank you. Prosecutor Edgeworth, welcome back. Judge Courtroom, I must give my thanks to you as well. To me, you thought to fix the corruption within the PIC from the inside. That must truly have been a lonely battle. No, it was not, for I was never alone. Because the goddess of law is always by your side, right? You made me realize that one could fight in such a way. The prosecutor's office, no, the entire legal world is caught up in this contradiction. If that cannot be set right, there's a truth that you'll never see in the light of day. It's only through your help that I was able to find this new path. One that fights against the contradictions in the law. I too find that promising as one in the service of the goddess of law. You shall certainly succeed, however the long road. Let's meet again in the courtroom. Yes, I must apologize for my shameful acts during the trial 2 days ago. Next time I shall fulfill my duties as a judge perfectly. Your Honor, I do not intend to speak regarding your ideas. However, the greatest judge I know is one overflowing with humanity. Even during a trial, the judge experiences happiness, anger, sadness, and joy, but nevertheless always hands down the correct verdict in the end. It's difficult to say, but sometimes I feel that perfection is not always correct. So a judge too has the right to behave in such a manner. Shouldn't they create the game about judge, not just attorney and prosecutor? Thank you very much, Prosecutor Edgeworth. When I pursued and fought against Blaze the Best, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side. Oh, Sean. When I have this cut out with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. No matter how painful things became, no matter how strong they fought, when I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. What must be put right, for John's sake as well. Perfection. John too lost his father in a past crime. It's more important to me than even the words of the goddess of law. Though I'm sure the goddess would be angered by those words, but any examples? Did something happen in the past? With not optimal perfection. You bond with your son in the secret to your strength, I imagine. You don't have to be perfect, you just want to grow little by little, both as a judge and as a mother. That is how I feel. Since there's much each of us has yet to learn. Agreed, we are still but children before the world. Let's grow in our respective path until we meet again. Shall look forward to that reunion. May the blessing of the goddess of law be upon you as you follow your new path. still not over. Though I once lost my position as prosecutor, I have now reclaimed it, so that I might tread a new path as a prosecutor. Once the key gets auto-progressing, I shall surely reach the truth, no matter how difficult the path may be. This key is so fast. Any seek to stop me on my path, no matter who they may be, will shout out objection. Obviously, there will be epilogue. Chip, what sort of scoop are you aiming for next? Aren't you a journalist? There ain't nothing more important than information. You may be my apprentice, but you're still my business rival. I'm gonna tell you everything. That's my mentor, alright. You're even more prepared than me. Understand? I'll get my information using my own 2 feet. That's my spirit. By the way, would you mind me asking what sort of scoop you're aiming for next? Chip? I had no need to be a stinger. I'm your mentor after all. That's just heinous. Perfect microphone costs tons of money. Tons! I cannot waste them. It seems that the wound on my left arm has yet to heal. The bodyguard who inflicted these wounds upon me is a name I will never forget. Now then, shall I return to being a simple ice cream salesman? Perhaps this time I should try being a creep salesman instead. For now I shall live a calm life till my services are required once more. I might have been knocked out once by that prosecutor, but I'll keep on trying to escape. I won't let him dump my fight and blood spirit. And that's right, Rocky. The gun, that sound of my next escape will ring out soon enough. Until then, let's keep working out. Are you inquiring into my studies to become a pet groomer? Working as hard as ever, I spend every day covered in mud. Perhaps this suits my true nature far better than the life of a newspaper salesman. Once I leave the prison, I hope to earn an honest wage as a pet trimmer. Sentence has been extended? Because I was Warner Roland's accomplice? Why do you think I've been giving a rat's ass about these stupid animals? How is the pet trimmer license? Damn it. Regina was really shocked by the truth about Simonton. I mean, I trust him as my subordinate. But there's no use fretting over it, the show must go on. I have to do my best so that I won't lose to the magical ventriloquist division. Put on the greatest performance ever, one that's blow away something. Entire keys. Damn it. It seems I have grown soft in my old age, right, Anubis? Right, boy? I think the life I saved on a whim 18 years ago would drive me to such lengths. Thanks to that, I'm confined to my humble cell once more. Well, this time that child is here as well. Perhaps it won't be such a bore, right, boy? QA? Today is the 3rd. is chocolate cake. That gently melting moment of allure. I'll wait for you forever, Kate. I shall come here every day, just as you and Raymond did for me. Mr. Schultz, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm truly grateful to them. Cannot believe I am able to eat your desserts once more, Monsieur Master. I've been allowed to submit my threats in both the detention center and the prison. For the past 18 years, I have brought joy to one and all with delicious sweets. What? Hairdresser, you cannot get this license? When you're arrested? Thank for everything, boys. Of course, I already my thanks to. After all, I get to stop myself with Jeffy's delicious desserts once again. Next time, maybe I'll use one of Jeffy's sweets to create a new drug. The taco diet. Tuck in your stomach while you tuck into dessert. Will be delicious and slimy and also good for your health. Man, I'm glad I got to meet and sketch so many beauties. But, when you caught a glimpse of my beauteous sketch, she had a misunderstanding and covered me in the face with my sketchbook. So in exchange for my sketch of beauties, had one beauty walk out on me. Maybe it's time for me to start getting more serious about my life? Do I take the path of an artist or do I follow the path of my heart? And by heart I mean the heart of my new lady. Mr. Bad, thanks for all your help today. I'll testify about the IS-7 incident as much as you need me to. Particular Edgeworth seems pretty active too. He chose not to take the same path as Gregory, but rather to live as a prosecutor. Well, I'm kinda sad that I won't get to work with him, but I'll continue to watch over him. It looks like you've grown up quite a bit yourself. I'm so happy. Mr. Bat actually praised me. If you ever need a hand from attorney Raymond Schultz, give me a call. Anytime, any place. An official English translation. The crimes were punished far more heavily than expected when it was proven that I had been threatened once. Ouch. No crime is more heavy or light than any other. I'm sorry, of course I regret what I did. However, I'm so glad I can still be together with you, Graham. You want to hurry back to work? Well, that's right. The next corpse is waiting for us after all. I'm glad that my scientific investigation came in handy this time around as well. Good thing I rushed back here all the way from Europe, and now have to leave again. That kinda takes the fire out of a girl, as you can imagine. But this is also that I can become an actual forensic scientist. So then I guess it's time to go. Anything comes up, be sure to call me right away. The second I get the word, I'll dash right over. Constantly guessing here words. Cannot read so fast. The greater the father, the greater the expectation of the children. The best, was it? His way of life shall be tested henceforth, just as mine was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live a different life from his father as a prosecutor. I suppose that too is an answer. I could never have imagined the truth that my old man was hiding. Like me, who only thought about the Lankland, my old man was trying to protect the entire nation. I swear to you, all that I will carry. I knew the president was a fake, the real one was murdered. I swear that I, together with my man, shall revive Zhenfa. Someday I will surely show you all Zhenfa, bringing with life. Voice actor Sonic Shadows? But of course. Why I say didn't leave the original Japanese voices, I don't know. But okay. Ask everyone to stop calling me the best. I don't like it. Makes me feel like I'm just borrowing Pop's power. I shall study even harder than before in triumph over Pops. Oh, Kraden, my stream. I'll become strong enough so that I won't lose. Now then, let's start by thinking up my new nickname. Where? A lot has happened, but thankfully, the film was a roaring success. They got some articles about the murder made our movie that toppled the country. What? Monstrous man appears from the mighty Mozilla. This the true face of the monster who murdered the president of Zhenfa. And that's you in the photo, Mr. Powers? How could something like this happen? No, it's fine, isn't it? It's thanks to those articles that our film is a big hit. Much obliged. What? Again? But of course. John, I greatly enjoyed watching your movie. It's no big deal. It's not like I had a major role or anything. What are you saying? You play the key character who connects Mozilla and Garden. There's no one else besides you who would have played the part. Yeah, I guess. Well, it would be nice if there's a sequel. It's already a sequel. Really enjoy working as an actor. Mom, before we head home, can we go buy something? I'd like to decorate our home with a lion lily. And one will not suffice. You'll need two more. One for me and one for Miami. Finally, the epilogue, but will not be auto-progressing. It is not. Lacto-free diet. Like, how it's lacto-free? You were really busy with all those cases, weren't we, sir? Indeed, you were. Why did all these incidents happen in such quick succession? Feel like things are always busy whenever I'm around. Wait, Kay, that mean you're a magnet for crimes? Hey, Kami, that was rude. 2 liters of milk? In 1 hour? I can easily drink 2 liters of kefir. Baked milk, buttermilk as well, easily. Constantly doing this. You get the impression that he's not entirely wrong. But just milk? Not. Milk is too liquid. So then, Key, do you intend to resume your training to become a great thief? Just yesterday, I drank 2 liters of kefir, for sure. Now have only sour cream? I don't know. Something on your mind, Paul? How should I put it? It actually was when we were watching this movie. How it was called? Something about tree. And then now, I've always been chasing after my father, so that I could become a great thief, just like him. like the previous Yatagarasu, I suppose. But watching you, Mr. Edgeworth, made me think. Maybe instead of chasing after my father, I should find my own path? I mean, you didn't become a defense attorney either. Chasing after a parent's shadow isn't the only path in life for a child, after all. And what? Salio? I'm going to aim to be a hero in my own way. That sounds good. But of course, that doesn't mean I'm gonna throw away the name of the great thief Yatagarasu. No matter what sort of hero you become, he will always still be a king. Thanks, Gami. And Gami will always be Gami. Of course, Paul, I want to keep pushing forward on my path of a detective, after all. Gum? Zampan? Mr. Edgeworth, I look forward to continue to work with you, sir. Yes, we'll count on you, Detective Gumshoe. Detective, you saved me many times during these past cases. You have my gratitude. I suggest you look forward to your next salary assessment. Huh? What? Does that mean what I think it means? What's wrong? I'm saying that your salary ought to be raised. Really, sir? Can't believe it. Ain't that great, Kami? It's like a dream come true. I can finally say goodbye to my instant noodle lifestyle. However, that doesn't mean you can start slacking off. The real work begins from here on out. You should prepare yourself. Yes, sir. Roger that. I'll devote my body and soul to following after you, Mr. Edgeworth. The path Mr. Shields and Gyakuten taught me is to take a stand against the contradictions in the law and to reach the truth at the end of that road. What am I able to do? That is a question I must continue to dwell on. Certainly, this path will not be easy, however. As you go, Edgeworth, when I pursued and fought against Blaze the West, the Goddess of Law was not the only one on my side. Well, the heck, even inside the epilogue, there are flashbacks. That's true. When I have this Katon with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. When I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. The bond with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine. The bonds, huh? I completely forgot! That's what's sudden, what's wrong? I was searching for members for the new Yatagarasu team. Now that you mention it, I do remember you saying something to that effect. But in the end, I wasn't even able to find a single person. Can you imagine it? A team combining their powers in order to steal the truth. I want to create an invincible team like that, but... What are you saying, Paul? Don't you already have a team? Together, the three of us can solve any case that comes our way. You're right. Together, a detective and a great thief. We are the invincible trio of heroes that steals, captures, and pursues the truth. And all that kind of makes me feel sorry for the truth. As long as the three of us are together, there's nothing to fear. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, you're correct. Even until his last moments, my father ran along his own path. I too shall advance along mine, accompanied by my somewhat boisterous comrades. As long as they are by my side, I can walk forward without hesitation. On this new path, as a prosecutor, prosecutors and attorneys The path I walk is not my father's. However, I'm certain that the two paths are not separate. Though we may walk in opposite directions, our destinations are the same. Why, you may ask? Because both paths lead to the one and only truth. Well, that's all. Finally. Almost 2 hours. In it, the end. What here to save? There's simply nothing to continue. That's it. That's all. Time to rate somebody. So Graydon is not streaming again. Let's see who's online. Foxy as usual. Let's check the list. Well, I simply can rate him, why not? He's actually streaming the games I requested. Let's see. And done. Question what I will be streaming tomorrow. I am not sure. Can actually play this latent game for mobile. Right. I don't actually remember where I left my USB-C to HDMI cable. Somewhere. Last time I played it was December 2023, so it was 1 year ago. So I don't remember where I placed it. If I find it, I might play it. If not, maybe it's something else. Anyway, thank you for stopping by and good night. See you. I hope tomorrow, but who knows? Maybe tomorrow. Bye.